Hello everyone, welcome back to another Black Country Homebrew video. Today we are going to be doing a brew on my new Brewzilla Gen4. For those of you who haven't seen the previous video that I did just pick up the Gen4 Brewzilla and did an unboxing, and this is going to be my first brew with it. I was meant to do it last night, however it was too hot to do it, so I've waited till this morning, got up early this morning and I'm doing it now. So the beer we are going to be making today is a 10 litre Hefeweizen from the malt miller. This is a community recipe which is made by Mark_X_00 and then they put it on the website and you're available to buy it. So I'm only doing a small batch because I've only got my 10 litre keg available at the moment, so I thought do a 10 litre batch, stick that in there and that should be fine. So I ordered this off the malt miller, as I said, and I think it was about £11.50, obviously delivery on top. But the malts that you get, the grist that is included is just shy of 1.8 wheat malt, pale. Bark Pilsner malt, that's 376 grams. Bark Vienna malts at 301 grams. 38 grams of caraway wheat and 38 grams of acidulated malt, I think that's how you say it. So the total weight is 2.5, just over a kilo of grains, which you get there. There's a close-up of what you get. Hop wise, we've got 8 grams of Halatella, I think it's pronounced. Excuse my pronunciations. And then there is 5 grams of Mandarina Bavaria, and then which comes with also a 17 gram dry hop later on in the fermentation stage. But on the boil today, there's only 5 grams of that going in. So I've just got my Brewzilla set up. It is a step mash on this one. So we've got 40 degrees for 10 minutes, 50 degrees for 25, and then 66 for 40, with a mash out at 75 degrees for 10 minutes. A 1 hour boil, and then as I said, the hops that we just said are going in. Yeast wise, it's the Safale WB06 dry wheat beer yeast, as you can be seen there. So the recipe calls for half a bag of that to go in, so only half the pack in the fermentation phase, and to be fermented at 21 degrees. So just waiting for this to finally reach, I've put it a little bit higher as a strike temperature. I put it at 42, so hopefully it shouldn't drop too much when we put the grains in or struggle to recover that much. So just wait for this to get up to temperature and then we'll add the grains. See you in a minute. So we just got to the strike temperature of 42 degrees. As I said, the first, I think it's 10 minutes. Yeah, I meant need to be at 40 degrees, so hoping by the time we've added the grains in, it'll be around that temperature. So first thing to do, add the grains in. So this is the first time using the Brewzilla Gen4. First impressions, really, really good. Just looking at the recipe, so as I say, it makes 10 litres. Original gravity we're hoping for is 1.050. Final gravity 1.007, giving us a ABV of around 5.6. So that's what we're aiming for with this brew. I'm just going to tip this in. Do half of it initially. Get my mash pad up. Give that a little stir in there. Feels all good, doesn't seem to be much clumpiness, dough balls in there. Just tip the rest in there. Bit in. There we go. It's all in there now. All a good stir. So there doesn't seem to be any dough balls in there at all. So first thing to do is leave this now for 10 minutes. And once 10 minutes is up, we are ramping the temperature up to 50 degrees for 25 minutes. So after 10 minutes, I'll come back to you and we'll put the temperature up. See you in a sec. So I forgot to mention, I completely forgot about it to be honest, but we are a few minutes in to the 10-minute mash and I've just put some recirculation on. As you can see there, pump is pumping, get some recirculation going, which is one of the reasons why I bought the Brewzilla in the first place. Pump is very powerful. When I first turned it on, the switch on the side was fully open and it was yeah, really powerful. So, but yeah, just get some recirculation going. So, got 8 minutes left. So I'll wait 8 minutes and then we'll come back and we'll turn the temperature up. See you in a minute. So that's 10 minutes gone at 40 degrees. So we're just going to ramp the temperature up now to 50 degrees. Turn the pump off while I do that. I don't know if it's necessary, but I'll try it. So that's the temperature set to 50 degrees. I've just heard the heater kick in, so hopefully it shouldn't take too long to get there. No, it's starting to speed up pretty quick. I did forget to mention at the start of the video, I did use reverse osmosis water in this brew. So I went to Spotless Water, which have like dispensing stations around the country, and it's 100% pure water, so reverse osmosis. So I did that, and then I added some water additions, which were, let me have a look, Brewzilla. You can hear that, it's like bubbling down the bottom. Which were 1.7 grams of calcium chloride, 0.4 grams of Epsom salts, 0.5 of gypsum and 2 ml of lactic acid, which should give the correct profile for this type of beer. So I'll mix them in at the start. I completely forgot to mention it, but they are in there. So this is warming up now. We are at 50 degrees now, so I'm just gonna start the pump again. And get that going. So this is, as I say, 10 minutes at this current temperature. No, it's not. 25 minutes at this current temperature. Sorry, I got thrown off a little bit there because the temperature, for some reason, even though it's set to 50, it's currently showing 61 degrees. So I'm not really too sure about that. Not sure. I'll keep an eye on that, but anyway, 25 minutes, hopefully that temperature will drop down now, so see you in a sec. So we're now halfway through the 25-minute part of the mash. Sorry about that last clip, I got a little bit rumbled. I was sort of making a bubbling noise and then the temperature completely shot through and ended up at over 70 degrees, so I'm not sure why it did that when the temperature was set to 50. But anyway, it has recovered. We're now at 49, so it's less than it needs to be, so the temperature did drop quite quick again, so I don't know if it was just a reading error or user error, I'm not too sure. As I say, it's the first time using this, so I do need to read into it a little bit more, but I was just keen to get a brew on. New toy, isn't it? So you just want to get out and do something with it, make a brew with it. So, but anyway, yeah, it seems to be going really well now. As you can see, the colour of the wort is changing, coming through nicely out the pump. So hopefully that spike in temperature hasn't caused any issues to the brew, but we'll find out anyway in a few weeks. But next step is, after this, is up to 66 degrees for 40 minutes. So see you then. That's a 25-minute mash at 50 degrees done. So we are now going to ramp up to 66 degrees. So hopefully, unlike last time, it just doesn't completely overshoot the temperature that it was set to. That's 66 degrees set. I haven't had the heat again. It has though, because it's heating up. So hopefully it won't take too long to get there. And as I say, hopefully it doesn't overshoot like it did last time, which was a pretty drastic overshoot. I'd say it's probably user error, first time I've used it. Need to do a bit more. So it's absolutely shooting through 50 degrees now. It had dropped down to 49. And it's ramping up quite significantly. I'm not sure if you can actually hear that. Definitely hear bubbling on the bottom. I wonder if it's because it's such a small batch, because I'm only doing 15 litres. I think that was the heater kicking out. That's the element turning off. See how we get on. Turn the pump back on. So that's 66, 67, 68. It's overshot again. It's 70 degrees. 70.9, 71. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm gonna have to do some reading into that. So I've never used an all-in-one brewing system before, so I don't know if I'm doing anything wrong or what the situation is. I'm doing it all manual. I could have set up a profile, but as I say, I just wanted to get in and use it. It has got this PID heating on it, or CIP, I'm not sure what it's called, can't remember off the top of my head, so I don't know if that makes a difference, but we'll have a look after this brew, and hopefully the brew's not ruined. But anyway, circulation's back on, we've got 40 minutes now at this temperature. So, I've just had a little Google, and I needed to turn the heating element power down. I don't know why I didn't do that. I've watched countless videos on this. So I've just turned the heating element power down to about 40%. Hopefully that'll give me a bit more of a stable mash and stop it from overshooting temperature. I mean, next we'll be going up to the boil, so I'll probably put the power back up, but for next time when I'm doing stem mashing, I know that that's what I need to do. So problem resolved, user error, which I thought it'd be. First time using it. I didn't know how to get the screen up where you can like adjust the power of the heating element and stuff. So I just googled it and it came up, because I actually don't think my Brewzilla came with an instruction manual. I looked back on the unboxing video yesterday and I couldn't see it, and I've just checked the packaging and I couldn't see it in there either. I'm not sure if it's meant to, but there certainly wasn't one in my box, so I just downloaded a user guide off the internet and figured it out. So anyway, still a little while to run, so I'll catch you in a bit. Right, so there we have it. That's the end of the mash on the Brewzilla Gen4, my first mash. So time now, pull this grind basket out and sparge. So hoping you'll be able to see it all right at this angle. I can't really move the tripod back anymore, so hopefully it'll be all right for you. But, so I'm gonna take drain some of that out of there. And remove this. Just comes out just like so. Take the lid off. Did forget halfway through. Sorry, remembered halfway through that I have a lid now. Not used to that with a brew in a bag. Let's place that on there. Should you see that? Place it in. Because it's such a small batch, I should think just putting it on the first latch is sufficient. Actually, lift it up to the floor. Which is there. So I'm just going to go grab my sparge water and then we'll sparge. It requires just over 5 litres of sparge water. So I'm back with the sparge water. There's 5 litre in here. I know it does say hydrate, but it's just the bottles that I use to fill it up with RO water. So I think this might actually just be over 5 litres, as you can see. It's leaking everywhere. I'm just going to slowly distribute that over the grain. Spraying out the sides. That's 5 litres in there. Let me just see what the actual, double check what the actual volume should be. As you can hear, that's flowing through really nicely. Yeah, 5 litres as far as well. That was just over 5 litres because the bottle was full right up. So we're now going to get this set to the boil, take these grains out, tip them in my garden bin, and then we should be ready to go for the boil. So grains are now disposed of, and I've just turned the temperature to 100 degrees to get to the boil. I'm hoping it shouldn't take too long. It seems to be pretty quick at the moment to reach its temperatures. I'm just going to turn the elements up a little bit to get it to the boil. I've got my mash paddle here waiting, ready to guard against any boil overs, and as soon as we've reached the boil we'll be throwing in the first stage of hops. So I'll catch you back here once the boil is ready. So it took about 20 minutes to get here to the boil, maybe a little less, and it is a very rigorous rolling boil. I don't know if you can just quite see that on the camera. So I'm going to start my timer, and the first hops that go in are 8 grams of those. Which we're just going to tip in now. And they've gone in. Because of the false bottom, I'm not going to use the hot spider. I'm going to give the false bottom a try. I'm just going to stir this because I started to foam up then. Turn that down slightly because that is really quite vigorously boiling. And there we go. So that's a nice boil. Now we got 50 minutes until the next set of hops go in. Which, as I've shown you before here with the Irish moss. I'll just show you what the boil looks like so you can see for yourself how good of a boil it is. Try and do it without steaming the lens up, but as you can see, nice boil going on there. I've just turned it down slightly so the boil has dropped off a little bit, but certainly boiling very nice. So there's 10 minutes left of the boil. So we're going to add the next stage of hops and the Irish moss in. Just going like so. Just going to give that a quick stir. Sure that false bottom's rising in the bottom, but we shall see. And then I'm going to drop the immersion chiller in. And it's probably going to spray water everywhere, so I'm going to turn it that way. Just to sterilise it. Ready to cool it down, so 9 minutes left now, and then we'll be ready to cool it down using the immersion chiller. I'm hoping it's big enough, but we'll soon find out, so see you in 10 minutes. And just like that, we're at the end of the boil. That's the heater off. So I'm going to get this cooled down. For those of you who watch my previous videos, you know I have to take it outside because I haven't got a long enough hose to come in here. So I'm going to get this moved outside and then we will cool it down to the temperature. It does make a lot of noise when it's boiling, but I don't know if that's something to do with what I'm doing, and it did feel like the false bottom was like rising off whilst it was boiling. Don't know if that's like something that normally happens. As I say, I've never used an all-in-one brewing system before, so right, turn this off, get it outside, and we'll get it cooled down. So now cooling down the beer. As you can see, my immersion chiller doesn't really fit in that well, but it has got some contact with it, so it should cool down. I'm just going to get my thermometer just so I can keep putting it in. And then I've got my fermenter here, which has been sat in sanitizer for a while. I know it's a big fermenter for what it's going to be, but it's the only fermenter I've got spare at the moment, so I'll probably purge the top with some CO2 when I put it in. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long to cool. It's so warm in here. Right, after about maybe 20 minutes of cooling it down, it's now at 25 degrees, which is the top end of the pitch rate of the yeast. So I'm going to be pumping it into the fermenter through the machine, which we're going to do like so. It's just a case of just turning that on. The water's making its way through now. So it does seem to be picking up a lot of grain molecules, I want to say, coming through. Little bits of grain. Not entirely sure if that's normal. Because I've never used an all-in-one brewer before, but we'll soon see at the end how well that false bottom's done. I think I've done something wrong because it was lifting like anything during the boil. That's what I think the noise was, so I'll have to have a look into that. It's running a bit clearer now. Trying to give it as much oxygen as I can. It's so hot in this room. It's now showing 24 degrees on the Brewzilla, so it's perfect temperature. Now I've set my fermentation fridge up. Now that the nectar oil's out, I've cold crushed that for a few days, so I've bumped the temperature up to 21 degrees, which is what it says to ferment at, so that should be perfect. I think I've got the yeast in my pocket. This says temperature range 12 to 25 degrees, ideally 18 to 24. And as I say, we're putting half of this in. I'm not going to be using pure brew this time because I've used reverse osmosis water, so hopefully that should get rid of any homebrew twang that comes with the beer. Exactly the same as the last brew. I forgot my hydrometer. Back in a second. So I've just got my hydrometer. I'm just going to give that some liquid. So I'm going to take a hydrometer reading. That was always going to happen, wasn't it? And then leave that on the side. And that's everything. I've got a feeling I'm absolutely way under here. So that original gravity should have been 1.050 and I'm on 1.030. So I am massively under. I don't think the boil rate was right because we're showing probably about 11-12 litres when we're meant to have 10. So I'm not too sure. On the instructions it didn't say what to have it, but when I've put it in Brewzilla, I just followed the steps that it had on there. So, well. We'll ferment it anyway, still drink it, it's just going to be a lot less stronger than I initially thought. So, learning curves. Right, yeast. Ditch the yeast, forgot my scissors, it's all gone. It's all gone to the pot today, 2 secs. Right, back again. So, got the yeast. So it's only calling for half a pack. That should do. It's about half a pack. Get the lid on. I'm disappointed with that, to be honest, but you win some, you lose some, don't you? But you can't win them all. Let's just get that. Some star salad. Goes in there. There's that. Bung. And there's already star sand liquid in there, I'll just put a bit more in. Right, brew day completed. So, thoughts. Very good. Need to get used to it though. I need to fine tune it in, I need to fine tune my brew days, my settings on Brewzilla. But I'm an amateur home brewer. What can you do? You know, these things happen. I'm not going to edit it out. I couldn't, I could not post this video just because it's been a bit of a fail, but we're here to learn. This actually might turn out to be the best beer I've ever brewed, so who knows. I am now on Instagram if you do want to follow. I'll drop the name down there. It's basically @BlackCountryHomebrew on Instagram. Drop me a follow, feel free to message me if you've got any questions. I'm just going to be posting pictures of anything homebrew related, and basically thanks to all the subscribers that have subscribed. Every day my subscriber rate's slowly creeping up. I really do appreciate it. I know my videos aren't as good as some of the other homebrew YouTubers out there, but I enjoy recording the videos and sharing the brew days as much as I do doing the brews, so it's just something I enjoy. But thanks once again for watching. If you do have any questions, comment below. Thanks.